Whoop whoop and welcome to the JuggalettesRUs. This is our show.
The Juggalo Family Vloggers.
Point your camera down. You got it pointed too high.
Hold on. There we go.
All right. Now, whoop whoop and welcome. I'm Batgirl Jamie.
I'm Twisted J, and this is a very, very, very special service announcement.
This is explaining to you guys what Article 13 is and how it's going to affect the internet. And if we don't disassociate ourselves with the European Union in all of our internet sites, we could lose a lot of rights to do stuff on the internet.
Exactly.
And this is basically
what they call the meme
it'll
killer.
block non-copyrighted material.
No, it'll block copyrighted material and basically say,
if anything's basically,
if it's copyrighted, you're pretty much done.
You're gonna lose your channel.
Exactly. So
you're gonna lose your shit. And
but I was actually watching a few more videos upon it, and they're basically saying that, yeah, you're still gonna be able to review your shit.
So you're not gonna be able to share links?
You're absolutely not. But this is if it passes in the US.
Links on the internet, which is still have completely with the Article 13 is if possible even more controversial, earning itself the reputation of meme killer, which it'll kill the memes. It would require web giants to automatically filter copyrighted material, songs, images, videos uploaded on their platform unless it has been specifically licensed. Despite its diverseness, the piece of legislation passed 438 to 239 within 39 abstentions in the European Parliament. The most furious lobbying efforts focused on this article, with musicians, artists, and authors coming out strongly in favor of rule. The technology company, such as YouTube, warning against its danger.
Yes, it is absolutely danger. So, that being said, you guys should actually know this. This is how it affects us. Is if this actually goes to our congressional sections.
If it comes into effect for us, we're gonna not be able to do anything on the internet.
Yeah, basically, we are absolutely done on the internet. We are not allowed to touch memes. We're not allowed to freaking do anything copyrighted gift-wise. And that's pretty much. And if you even get caught using anything copyrighted on YouTube, you're pretty much game over.
So pretty much most people are, okay, this is gonna ruin the internet and what it was started for.
And I was actually talking to a coworker of mine because his uncle's actually quit his job to do his YouTube channel because he was actually making more money on that than he was at his regular job. So, and we were talking about, I wonder how that would affect somebody that actually does get paid big money for doing this kind of stuff.
There is a lot of people that I know that are going to lose their job because of it.
Exactly. And that's if it passes in the US, which we're going to have to pray to God or some higher power, or which I think that we've actually got a strong group of
so basically people like James are going to be in trouble.
Oh, not just James. It's going to be a lot of people. It might be Boy Blue. It might be a lot more than that.
So people like Boy Blue that didn't, even people that don't. Yeah, but it's going to take away a lot of people from earning money.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of people that earn their living through YouTube and sponsorships that are going to completely lose their job, and I don't think that's okay.
Yes, I totally agree with you that it's not okay. If me and you were to be actually making money on our YouTube and we were caught doing something like that, like let's say
That's
I
why I
was
don't upload music.
let's say if I was um building websites, period. Um and I got caught with a copyrighted whatnot. Anything copyrighted that wasn't my own, I deserve to have that shut down and have my license completely removed for it. Which I would totally agree with that, because
So it's not even
if
going
you're
to take
caught,
into effect till 2021.
okay, so that's that. So basically, we have a choice to get. We have an option. Like, is that for us or is that for the European Union?
That's for the European Union. We're not
Okay,
even. It
this
was
could.
renamed to Article 17. Copyright directive not long before it's
Well,
the
it will
final
be.
vote.
I guarantee this will be in the next election.
I would vote no on it.
I would vote
Because I know
highly
how
against
many
this, because
you know
I
how
would
many
not.
people get paid.
Exactly. Look at the Kevin Smiths
No,
that could
I'm talking
possibly
about
lose.
people like I'm talking about
Yeah,
people like
I
it's
just
gonna
seen.
affect people like Toxic Tears.
I don't know if it would affect her, because does she do anything that's copyrighted?
I don't know. It's gonna affect everybody on the internet.
But because if she doesn't do anything that's copyrighted, YouTube's already doing this, and basically they've already got the filters put in for it on YouTube. So basically, if you get copyright strikes on that, I don't think it's going to really affect us too much because of YouTube being what it is. But that's
I
why
don't know.
basically if you upload anything to Instagram or Facebook video that is copyrighted uncensored is copyrighted censored, you're pretty much
Fuck.
writing your
Death sentence.
yeah, on any social media. So basically, if you don't do any of this stuff on an actual, if you don't do this on an actual live video or live anything, basically, if this hat would be a perfect example of it. It's got the emblem of Monster, if you see there. Okay. Let's say I was sitting there and I was talking about Monster. And Monster said, you know, we don't approve of him. We don't approve of him talking about us. I could be copyrighted for that. And basically, but I highly doubt it, because companies want their sponsorships pointed at you, period.
Yeah, but if they're not paying you and you're giving them advertisement,
Most likely they're not going to do anything against you if you're giving
no.
them free advertisement. Um, so basically, this is where it hits us. Is if you're actually tossing memes and GIFs and anything that's copyrighted GIF friendly, that is media based. So basically, anybody that, if you're in Europe and anybody that is caught gaming in the European Union, gone, wiped out.
So you can't game.
That
You can't
includes
broadcast your. That means you can't use Twitch.
that includes Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything that is tied to Google or media-based things.
What will the Article 13 do to gamers?
it's gonna narrow. Actually, I'm going to say this straight up.
Article 13 could kill Twitch in 1 minute.
Oh, I know. Twitch and YouTube. Well, not so much YouTube, but it will kill the gaming section of YouTube. Okay.
It's gonna kill some of the people. It's gonna kill most of people's favorite videos.
Exactly. Plus, actually, it's going to demonetize a lot of those videos. So
It
basically,
doesn't mean not even demonetizing. It'll make you lose your channel for doing them.
yeah, demonetizing and losing that channel, which is actually a good thing for us if you really think about it. For the Juggalettes the Batgirl Jamie, the Twisted J show.
We don't show copyrighted material.
Exactly. And basically, anybody that is going to get kicked off of here, Live Me, perfect example, right there.
People streaming music and move. No, they get kicked off there for showing music, but you can show them for showing movies, but you don't get kicked off of there for playing music.
Well,
You're
guess
not
what?
Be able to I guarantee you're not going to be. I guarantee you're not going to be able to play music on there anymore.
Oh, I know. Basically, it's basically saying that unless you have or copyright free
video game trailers and official community and gameplay live streamers would be unavailable in Europe. That means most of the content on the YouTube would be unavailable in Europe.
Which I'm just saying, I'm like, in a way, I kind of approve of this because it actually improves YouTube. It actually improves YouTube.
It gets rid of all the stupid video gamers.
Exactly. And anybody that really gets caught playing music or anything like that, that isn't theirs.
Well, they shouldn't be allowed to sit there and play music and smoke weed.
But here's the mixed bag with music. Record labels.
They're allowed to upload their own content though. That's their own content.
No, I'm actually saying record labels that actually sponsor bands to do the punk goes pop stuff.
They're not gonna be able to do that no more.
Exactly. I like the idea. I actually like the idea of that because you've got enough of that on any of the music streaming apps.
No, they can still do that. They just have to get permission from the original artist.
Exactly. Which a lot of them are going to do that, but they're going to have special licenses to do that, and it's going to cost the record label even more money, which I'm actually happy about that.
Because they won't do it no more because it ain't worth their time and money.
Exactly. And it takes...
They still have to get...
And plus, if you look at it in a positive light too, this might be a huge step for us. Think about this.
Positive light too.
Can you turn that down?
It might be a huge...
I'm trying to read the comments. Hello, everybody. I know. I just pulled up the chat.
Here's what I'm saying. Positive light. This might drop the price of concert tickets to certain venues and stuff like that. It might get people out to concerts more. Because if you can't shoot the video at concerts, guess what? It might drop the price of the concert tickets too. To go see a band. I don't know if it will, but
I agree with you about Article.
I think there's a lot of positives that you can take away from it. But there's so many more negatives towards it.
What's a VPN?
Virtual. It's basically virtual presence network. So
we have one. It's called. So how do you get one of those?
You really have to buy one.
We already have one.
It's basically a virtual presence network. Is basically what it is. But
what does that do?
Basically, it basically encrypts what you do online.
They're free?
Some are free, but the best ones are going to cost you good money.
I was just trying to.
And they cost per month anyway. So, but like I said, I think there's a lot of positives that you could take away from this.
I think I used to have one of those.
I think you could take away a lot of positives from this, but there's a lot of red flags. That can be tied to this.
Like I said, I don't think it's okay to take somebody's music or movies and actually show them and play them for other people, earn a profit off it. I don't think that's okay, but I don't think it's okay to say, if I talk about the song and tell people to go listen to it,
I don't think it's gonna.
I think that's okay. But when you're sitting there blatantly playing it and trying to earn money off of someone else's work, I don't think that's okay.
Oh yeah, of course. And I totally agree with you on that. But I truly think that it's not as big a deal as it should be. I think it's a huge deal, but I don't think it's as big as what people make it out to be. Like, you know, you can't
that means once that's in effect, the Fair Use Act is no longer applied.
Oh, exactly.
The Fair Use Act is gone.
But that's only in Europe. If it passes in the United States, we're screwed. Like, well, most people are screwed.
If it passes in the United States, we might as well just they're going to end up shutting the internet down because no one will use it because they will have no reason to use it.
I totally agree with you there. But that's why I'm actually saying.
I think the first site to lose is going to be Twitch.
I definitely think Twitch is going to be a huge one.
I definitely agree with that. Hunter, Chris, if you're in my chat, will you please message me your email address? I forgot what it was because you changed it.
Like I said, I think Facebook could be really threatened by this.
Well, they're already starting to shut you down if you put copyrighted music in your stuff.
Yeah, maybe not so much.
They will pretty much ban your post.
That basically
all they do is ban your post if you put a post copyrighted stuff that's not sharing a link from somewhere else. If you're sharing it from somewhere else and it's taking you to that place where you originally found it, then that's okay. But if you try to like upload your own video or a post with a song in it or that isn't taking you to the original part, then they block it.
Exactly. That's why I said I don't think this is going to pass in the United States because it violates a lot of freedom laws.
It violates every freedom law we have.
And I think unless you really want to
radio stations are going to get in trouble. That means radio stations
No, actually it's not. Because
that means radio
stations are going to have a private license.
No,
most of them have that.
Radio stations are not going to be able to broadcast on the internet.
Yes, they are. Well, not in Europe, but actually, yes, they are, because basically, fucking the music companies pay for that. Plus, you've got to pay for your licensing when you're actually in a radio station. So, for that special licensing. So basically, radio stations are null and void.
Radio stations are being told it's okay to play my stuff.
Exactly.
They're giving them rights to play your stuff by paying them.
Exactly. And that's where it's going to actually come. It's going to be bigger and better. I truly think that's actually a good sign.
I think that radio stations should calm down. I think some things I don't like about radio stations is whatever artist pays you the most money gets the most played. I don't think that's fair because that might not be what everybody wants to hear. And when you call and request, they won't play your song because they're not paid to play it.
Oh, I know.
There might be a new song that's out there, like the time when that Praz and Old Dirty Bastard and Maya song was out, Ghetto Superstar, they would not play that because they didn't pay them enough money to play it. And I
Exactly.
called and requested that song every day, and they said they couldn't play it.
Oh, okay.
That's an example of what people want to hear and what they're being paid to play. What people want to hear and
Exactly.
what they're being paid to play is two totally different things.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't think it's going to affect too much.
It's not going to affect. It's only going to affect what America puts on the internet being broadcast in Europe. So basically, posts are going to be blocked out.
I just
saying
don't.
not available in your country.
I just don't think. Honestly,
And
truly.
videos from America is going to be not available in your country.
I'm just wondering how this is going to affect Twitch and all those other.
Twitch is going to be not a. Twitch is automatically going to every. Twitch
I mean, in the U.S., if this passes in the U.S.,
I don't know about the U.S., but everybody that streams on Twitch that does video games is not going to be broadcast in Europe.
Exactly. That's where I actually look at it like, okay, well, that's perfectly fine. Well, Trix actually has a buddy that's from Europe. Actually, I think he's from France, and I think this is going to affect him really hard.
It's going to affect PewDiePie.
PewDiePie actually said he's going to fucking Japan. So
it doesn't matter if he goes to Japan. A lot of people that watch
part of
him
the
are
European
in Europe.
Union. Huh?
He's going to lose a lot of viewers from not being able to watch his channel anymore.
Oh, I know. But it's also going to hit T-Series equally as hard, too.
It's going to hit, okay. My Fago video says it's not available in some countries.
Yeah. Does it say that now?
It did a long time ago.
Okay, yeah.
There's the videos that I put up that they said, I did a review of one of the ICP movies, and it says not available in some countries. Like, they're not allowing you to talk about it.
Okay, so basically it does affect reviews and stuff of that nature, too.
If they don't want to show it in some countries, so I don't care about other countries watching my stuff. I care about the people that are watching my stuff now that can continue to watch my stuff.
I totally agree with you.
I don't want to have to monitor my stuff and change everything about my channel just to please some European country that probably don't watch my channel anyways.
I've actually looked at mine, and this might hit mine a lot harder than yours, because I've actually got fans over in Australia, and this is going to affect Ape TV. Horribly.
Ape TV is not part of the European Union.
Australia is part of the European Union, actually, because it's actually a bridge of Britain.
Australia is its own continent.
Yes, but I swear to God, I heard that they said it will affect Australia because it's actually got its ties to Britain. So that's why I said it might actually affect his channel. And
Great Britain was wanting to get out of England was wanting to get out of
the
European Union.
But they basically said, no, we're not letting you out because you have the mother of all. You have the mother of all countries and mother of the queen of the union. So basically, no, we're not going to allow this.
What? Okay, let's see. What countries are part of the European Union? Let's see what countries this is going to affect. United Kingdoms, Germany, France, Italy, Poland, Sweden, Netherlands, Spain, Romania, Ireland, Denmark, Greece, Hungary, Portugal, Croatia, Hungary, Greece, Australia, Finland, Czech Republic, Malta, Luxembourg, Cyprus, Lithuania, Slovenia, Slovakia, Estonia, and Latvia. That's not part of the European Union.
Yeah.
Australia's not part of the European
Actually,
Union.
you said it was.
Australia? No, Australia's not part of it.
I swear you just said that name right in the middle of all those you named.
No, I said Austria.
Oh, Austria. Okay. Then I guess it won't affect him too much, so.
But it's going to affect all the so it's going to affect the content. Okay, so some of our YouTubers that we really like, and they're going to have to start out from zero. We're going to lose a lot of people that we watch on YouTube.
Exactly.
I watch a lot of European YouTubers.
That's why PewDiePie actually said, he's like, honestly, I'm going to Japan. I'm going to move to Japan anyway. So, because he's actually got the money to do it. And
but Japan has stricter laws even yet.
No, they don't. Their laws are freaking less strict. You're actually thinking of China and Korea, both North and South Korea, and Vietnam. Those are the ones that are tied to the Chinese democracy. Oh, and Russia. So that's about it. Like, dude, those are the only ones that are tied to one another. And I don't really think it's going to affect Japan.
Okay, so basically Japan's not part of this. So Japan's less strict than we are.
Oh, I know. The only one that is actually freaking this might really truly affect. I seriously hope to God that it's Germany decides that it's going to be bad for this.
Germany they already approved it.
Okay, so Germany did approve it. Yeah, so this is really bad for Europe.
Article 13 completely passed. I was trying to find out if it's completely.
That's why I'm saying that if it's going to affect America, which I hope to God it's not, because basically the European Union basically said if you don't pass this bill, guess what? We're going to disassociate ourselves with you. Every which way. So basically, this might be. Don't take this out of context, but this might be the greatest thing that might take effect in US. Because this might completely destroy the UN right there.
Okay, it's completely. Parliament on Tuesday voted in favor of controversial new law that will bring sweeping reforms to how copyright content passed online is governed. The legislation was adopted with 348 votes in favor and 274 against.
Exactly.
So it is passed.
Okay. But here's where I think this might be a really, really good way to separate ourselves from everything else. And this might be the freaking major, major push we need for our favor.
Get people to try to do their own content instead of trying to steal everybody else's.
No, I'm actually saying this. If you think about this and a huge, huge factor, you know who this is really, really going to hurt?
The vote. Okay, listen to this. Before the text can be adapted in European law. God damn it, this stupid computer. Hold on a second. I gotta finish reading this. Before the text can be adapted in European law, it must be approved by the Council of the European Union. It is still possible that the directive may not be passed by the Council, but would be involved at least the one key country to change its mind. A vote is expected to take place April 9th.
Okay.
But it will have 2 years to be implemented.
Yes, but you know what? This is actually going to help with us. This might help us destroy the UN, which we're actually really kind of asking for that.
Well, they got a vote coming up April 9th. So it isn't completely passed until April 9th.
Yes, but that's the European Union. That doesn't tie into us.
That doesn't have anything to do with us, so we won't have the same laws as them. Our stuff just won't be able to be broadcast over there.
Yes, but you know what this actually means? This is huge.
Yeah, but we don't have TV stations over there or anything. We don't have TV being broadcast over there like our channels.
But you know who this really severely affects? The United Nations. This might completely destroy the United Nations. Because if we don't agree, if we don't, exactly. I've been preaching this for quite a few years. And I think we need a radical movement to do this. And I think this is the one thing that might actually help get us away from every other country and every other problem out there. Downfall of it is, you know what, where this really freaking hurts us? Our United States Defense Force.
Oh, we're gonna have.
We're not gonna have a lot of.
It's gonna affect a lot of the internet.
We're not gonna have a lot of buddies that are actually gonna come to our aid if we go into a foreign war. So basically, it's gonna literally say, you know what? We better pull all our fucking people out and focus on our country. Now, which that's a very positive sign of it. Which we kind of need that. We need to disassociate ourselves from going to complete war with a bunch of fucking crusaders like ISIS.
We need to stop trying to say you can't do this and you can't do that. This country was brought on freedom, and we really are losing our freedoms. The more we go into the future, the more freedoms we lose.
Yes, but this could be a very positive sign with us if we lose the United Nations. Basically, this means that our defense is going to be really fucking poor, but we've got the greatest country in the world, as it is. We've got the biggest military.
We've got the most greediest country in the world is what we got.
Exactly. But we've also got the freaking rights to a fucking military. And yeah, it might actually lead to a big fucking draft eventually. But if we just disassociate ourselves from everything, we will fucking win this. That's where I think this is actually a huge deal for us.
If we don't have any allies, if we ever went to war, we'd be in trouble. If we ever really had a war over here, there'd be no one to help us.
Exactly.
And we don't want to do that either.
Exactly. Exactly. That's where I completely agree with you, but that's where I kind of look at it like, dude, the kids that are coming up next
are going to have no rights.
No, they might have their rights, but guess they're going to have to go overseas and they're going to have to fight battles anyway. And basically, it's like whether you like it or not. So basically, it's going back to 1960s and 70s Vietnam War. Basically, you got drafted into that. So basically, you know what? That's what's going to end up happening. They don't want people like us being freaking generals of an army. They want freaking people that are 25, 20. They don't want anybody over the age of 27 being in the fucking military, period. So basically, this is where I look at it and say, you know what? this could be a very, very big positive for us.
It could be a negative for us too.
Yeah, it very well could be. But there's a little bit of hope at the end of the light, at the end of the tunnel. That this could either destroy us or it could fucking reignite us.
I think that's gonna destroy the internet.
Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. Well, I think it's a bad thing in a way, but it's going to get people fucking looking at things again. And I think we kind of need that. Because people are sitting there looking at their phone, checking messages all the damn time. And it's like, dude, we don't freaking talk to our friends unless we're on a freaking device. I think that is going to bring a lot more fucking people together instead of tearing people apart.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I think it's going to ruin the internet. It has potential to ruin the internet because a lot of people are going to lose half their viewers.
oh, I know. But how many people do you know?
Now websites are going to be for their country only.
But how many people do you know that
You're
don't
not
look
going to
at...
be able to sit there and talk to people from Europe on your internet.
Oh, I know. Exactly.
You're going to lose half the people you're going to lose a big chunk of the world.
Exactly. That's
Basically,
why I really don't...
all American websites are going to be banned in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't think YouTube's going to be allowed in Europe.
I think that's going to be a fucking great thing.
We need to stop trying to include the world in everything and get it for ourselves.
Exactly. We need
Stop
to be a
worrying
little
about
bit...
going
We need to be a little
global.
bit more... We needed to be more greedy towards ourselves. And I think this is what...
Because those people are getting us in trouble on the internet.
Exactly. And plus, this really affects some the hacktivist groups that you see. And it's basically another way of saying, you know what? Why don't we just cut this off at the fucking knees? We could get rid of so many fucking problems with hackers.
We could get rid of a lot of those people in Europe.
Exactly. And there's a lot of fucking hackers in Europe. There's a lot of fucking supporters of God, what's that group that Anonymous? There is a lot of members out there, a lot more members of them out there than there are in the States. And I think this is actually a very, very positive sign of us getting rid of that. And I think that's
if I was an artist, I wouldn't care if somebody played my music as long as they weren't making money off it.
Exactly. Don't go downloading my music and sell it to your friends.
Using it in your video, going on the internet, making money. But if you're like talking about it and playing a snippet of it and saying, "Go check this band out. I really think you might like it." Blah blah blah. Yeah, I want people to talk about my music. The more we're talked about, the more money I make because you guys end up going and buying it.
Exactly. And if I play a show near you, guess what that means? That means I've done my job to...
Yeah, but if people can't hear your music because the internet makes you pay for everything, then people aren't going to hear your music because a lot of people won't pay for it.
And plus, look at this as a positive sign too, because if people come to your show and they record that video, guess what? You have the automatic right to fucking say, you know what? I want this taken down because it's my shit.
Yeah, but if you don't see that stuff on the internet, then you're not going to know if you want to go see them because they might suck live.
Exactly.
And you don't know that. If you've seen them on the internet and said, "Oh, their live performance looked sick as hell. I want to go see
Yeah,
this."
but I'm just saying, if you have an account on any kind of not musical site,
Also, like Spotify,
streaming app,
they could go and say, "Hey, you can't use Spotify or any of these streaming apps. They stream
actually,
anything
that's not
without
true.
paying them."
That's not true either. Well, you have to pay for that kind of content.
No,
Period.
they'll say we're not doing ads anymore. We're making you pay for them.
I don't think they would do that though.
They could.
Yeah, they could, but that's where you remember how I released my album, that last album I did?
Yeah, but
I
what if you want
paid
your
for that.
stuff? What if you want your stuff? What if you wanted your stuff out there for free?
Exactly. And I'm
What if you're
perfectly
not
fine with
doing it
that.
for the money? You're doing it because it's a hobby and you want people to enjoy it and you want to give it away for free.
Exactly.
You
If
should have the right to give your shit away for free if you want to.
That's why I said, I'm like, when I did that,
That's
the
why there
albums
should be
I've
a
done,
site. There should be a site up that does give away free music. And if you want your stuff given away for free, then put it up there and everybody go to it and we'll all download it if we want it.
that's where I don't think music's gonna affect YouTube, the YouTube music, because there's a lot of labels that pay for that.
There's a lot of labels that get paid by the ads that are shown.
Exactly.
That's how
And
they make their extra money on their music.
that's where I look at it like, okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. Um, because you're still gonna be able to find that shit on YouTube, period. And I think that's where we have to
That's
look
not
at
gonna
it like,
hurt stuff like that. It's gonna hurt someone like me and you that um wants to start out doing music.
exactly. It's not going to hurt me that hard because, like I said, I've got a little bit of money that I can actually go use a distro baby and pay the $20 a year just to freaking stream my music to every freaking thing possible.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's actually a great thing
I
because
think
I pay for
if
my licenses.
people are making music or movies and they want people to see it for free because they're doing it as a hobby and they're not doing it to make money, unless someone wants the physical copy, then they can have it and we'll sell it to them. But you just want them to
Exactly.
be able to see your shit because you're proud of it and you care more about more people seeing it and liking it than you making money because you're already rich.
That's where I said
Then that should be your prerogative to give your shit away for free or
that's where
have
I
your
actually,
shit be on a YouTube channel for someone to see it.
that's where I have the right to freaking post my own shit up on there and basically say, you know what? This is actually my music and I have the copyright for it.
You don't have a copyright law.
Or-
You didn't pay for the copyright to it, so no one owns it actually.
exactly. But if I post it through, if I, not like that, but if I freaking, actually, technically, I own the right to everything that happened on Hell House. So I make money every
Because you
time
paid to
somebody
put it up
watches that
there.
video. Exactly.
Once you paid to put it up there, they put the copyright to it for
Exactly.
you,
And that's where
to
I
the owner
actually
of that
went.
account.
That's where I actually looked at it like, you know what? This is actually a really good sign for me.
Yep.
Because, like I said, if I really cared, like I could go outside and shoot a fucking music video if I really wanted to. But, like I said,
You need to be able to put your stuff up and do all that because it's your stuff.
that's where I looked at it like, you know what? Honestly, this is where I'm actually going to end up starting another band. And I'm just going to say, you know what? Honestly, I want to do something
For the
that I
fans.
could. Exactly. And
It should be about the fans more than about the money.
exactly. I actually want to freaking record studio time.
You know
I
what
want to do shit like that. And just
the
put
record companies, the record companies are more concerned about them making money than you are.
exactly.
Than making sure your artists are making the money.
That's where,
You kind of get screwed. A lot of
I
times
know.
people like they get screwed out of their money because the record labels are so greedy.
Oh, I know. That's where I really wouldn't ever sign a deal with another record company ever.
Nope, they screw you over.
Unless I absolutely knew that I was actually they were actually going to put my needs first. It's basically like fucking Corn said, like, dude, we're going to do what we're going to do, and
I agree.
we're going to do it on our terms. And I think that's where being an indie band or a DIY band is actually more important than
Because
that.
you know they care more about doing the music than making the money.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how I feel about it.
That's why I like Korn so much.
Because I have more respect for them, because they told their labels that when they signed that to their label, to Immortal Epic, aka Sony, they basically said, we're going to do things on our terms. And if you don't like that, scuzz off.
Then we're leaving.
Exactly. And that's where I think they inspired a lot of people. They inspired a generation of DIYs. There's a lot of bands that get unheard of, but there's a lot of bands that, like, look at the Mech.
There's a lot of bands that don't get heard of because they don't have a big record label behind them, dishing out big cash, and they're getting all this money, making all this money off this band, and the band's only making about 10% of it, and that band's made $100 million, and they've made what, maybe $1 million?
Yeah, but look at this. There's only a handful of bands I can really name that have actually,
or they made $10 million. The band only made $10 million, and they got to split it 5 ways, and the record company gets $90 million.
Exactly.
That's not right.
That's where I actually, God, what was I going to say? There's only like a handful of bands I can think of that did it themselves, that blew up by themselves, and they got heard by people. And the two bands that made a name for themselves by making their own money, The Main.
Yeah, but they still don't
And
make money.
And who's the other one, Jamie? There's only one other one. Greta Van Fleet. Because if it wasn't for Nikki Sixx listening to that band, they would have never been what they are.
Exactly.
And basically, they did it
this whole copyright law is going to screw bands out of getting heard and getting money because they don't get people to hear their music anymore.
Yeah, but it might actually interest people. If you have an interesting name for a band, it might draw more attention. Like,
yeah,
let's say,
but it's not even about that. It's about the copyright laws and people sharing music with each other and not being able to anymore.
Yeah, but let's say, okay, I'm going to use this as an example.
Because if you share your music taste with other people, and other people hear that music and they like it, and they go and they say, I really like that, and they go out and buy the album, they're not going to go out and buy the album because they're not going to be able to hear that band.
Okay, but let's say I was going to start a band, punk rock band.
No, there's going to be no, we're going to go back to the 90s where it was hard to find new bands because there's nowhere to discover new bands and listen to them anymore because they take away the right to put them on the internet.
You still have the radio.
Yeah, the radio doesn't discover you ain't going to discover as many new artists.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're going to discover artists you don't like. The kind of artists that I like and most people like are ones that aren't even on the radio.
But if you look
at it, that's what makes me mad.
You know what that's going to draw? You know what that's going to draw up? The interest. It's going to drop the interest if you're driving by let's say you're driving by somewhere and you see a concert venue that has a band called the Fuckwats. Okay? Are you going to sit there and think like, that's an interesting name for a band?
Yeah.
Like,
I just think it
might draw the attention. Like, hey, this might be $8 or $10 just to fucking.
It'll draw the attention, but what about nobody being able to hear them and buy their album because there's nowhere to do it no more because the internet's.
Let's just say if that's going to draw more physical sales.
Yeah, but what if
To get
people
the
aren't going to buy their album because they don't buy albums that they never heard?
Yeah, but let's say Johnny Go Fuck Off says, you know what? I like the name of this band. I might actually go check them out. Like,
Yes, but they want to
okay,
hear their music.
they might actually go to that show if they're in the neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah, but
Then
most people aren't going to go to a show. Most people aren't going to go to a show anymore. Going to concerts
$10
nowadays is like most people don't go to shows anymore.
Exactly. But there's still a few people that do. Like, dude, there's bands that fucking play. You know what this is really gonna do?
It's gonna hurt music. Period.
No, it's gonna hurt it, but it's like,
it's gonna hurt the chance of people discovering new music because they ain't gonna be able to put it up on the internet. People aren't gonna be able to share it with each other on the social media.
Exactly. But if you look at it this way, it's gonna teach the bar bands more. Like, okay, well, we're not gonna be able to cut it as a freaking regular original act. So basically, we're gonna have to toss our originals into a mix. And it's basically going to say, you know what? Let's play a little bit of everything.
And then if you don't look a certain way, they won't take you on a record label.
Oh, fuck.
That is the only reason Mandy Lane and the Lost Highway never got signed. They didn't look the right way.
Exactly.
They've always got told that Greg always got told he was too fat, which I think is bullshit. Because he's freaking talented.
Oh, yeah, of course. That basically says that if you're eating as good as a fucking record exec, fuck you. They're literally going to say that.
Who's RVD?
Rob Van Dam.
Oh, somebody said that you sound like Rob Van Dam and he's 100% okay with it. Yeah, most of the stuff that we're going to most of the stuff on YouTube is going to be completely restricted from that's not from Europe. It's going to be completely restricted. And your people from other countries, the so many countries that are in the European Union are gonna not be able to see your shit because they're trying to block America out.
Exactly. And I'm
their countries, what they're trying to do.
And I'm perfectly fine with that.
I don't care about Europe, but what's that gonna do for us watching people from Europe that we like?
It depends on if okay, well, Toxic Tears might actually
Kane Yo-Yo, I want to thank you for coming to our live stream, and if you could, would you give us a thumbs up if you're still in here?
Like I said, Toxic Tears might not be affected by this too much.
I hope not,
but because if she doesn't have copyrighted shit, basically this is basically the copyright law.
Yep.
Let's just say that. Let's just go there and say that. If
she don't have any copyright, no. But the thing is it going to affect people that do like clothing hauls and unboxings?
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to affect that. Basically, if we go and say we're going to do a record haul, we're going to be able to do a record haul unless that album came from Europe. Or actually, it might not even affect that. What?
I don't think it's going to affect showing things and doing reviews of things.
Exactly.
Which I don't think it should, because that's how companies get their word out about their product and things that people want. And if they don't have people like me and you and average YouTubers doing reviews and shit, who's going to know about the thing and know that it was actually there and that you could get it? Yeah, and whether it's worth getting or not, because I like to see reviews of stuff before I buy it.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I'm honestly, let's take what I told Jade the other day. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna use some colorful language here, but honestly, what's the last console that I actually said I have been sucking dick for? Xbox. I'm like 100% for Xbox right now. I'm like, dude, honestly,
I want to see
it would basically be like me saying, you know what, if I, in a perfect world, me being a fat guy.
All right, I see what you're saying. All right, guys, we've had this video going for quite a while. That's our thoughts and opinions on this. I don't want to make it super too long for you guys to have to watch. So, and I want Kane Yo-Yo to know that I subscribe to your channel with my channel, Batgirl Jamie. And if you want to watch some of our other videos, let us know.
Which I'm
If you got
actually
any
going to be.
video ideas, and we will be doing our next video is going to be the review of Black Rain by Dark Lotus, requested by a fan.
Yes.
Fan that requested us to do the last two. We just didn't do it this time because we wanted to talk about this because it's going to highly affect, and we will let you guys know if it passed or didn't pass in our next live stream.
Yep, definitely.
After they vote for it. That being said, we're gonna get off here. Don't forget to check out Twisted J's videos from this week. What'd you do this week?
I did a Twisted Tuesday, which is actually a review of the dirt, which I just said, you know, it's the dirt and
I did
more,
that too.
because I'm trying to sell this shit to everybody.
What else did you do on Monday?
And I did Media Monday on Monday, so.
And I did a review of the dirt too. So that's on my channel. So go check those out, and we'll be back with new videos. And as soon as on Twisted J's birthday weekend, which is his birthday is on a Wednesday, and that weekend we're gonna hang out and we're gonna celebrate his birthday.
Yep.
And I got a small present for him here that he already knows what it is.
Yep.
And that being said, we're gonna get off here. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Batgirl Jamie, and his channel, Twisted J81. They're linked in the side of our channel. And don't forget,
and just
you want to follow us on social media. All of our social media is linked on our website. And our website has all the information about us and everything else. Then anything you got to say, Twisty?
And just let you guys know, I am going to be doing a live stream sometime tonight. So feel free, if you clicked on my name, just keep an eye out for it.
Don't forget to subscribe to his channel if you want to see it.
Actually, push the bell button if you want to see my actual live stream tonight, because that's how we do things. And if you want to be notified when I go live,
or maybe when we go live again, don't forget to do us. Hit the bell for us so you can get notified next time we're live.
Yep.
And we'll be live again next Wednesday.
Yep. Actually, we might do it before next Wednesday.
We might do it before then, but we'll definitely try to do one next Wednesday. And we're gonna get off here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all the people we got listed on the side of our channel with all the other channels, with our channels that we run, and then the other ones that we support. And we will see you guys in our next live stream. Peace out.
Laters.
Thanks for watching. We love you.
Yep. Dang.
We are done.